I do apologize. Am I disturbing you?
No, please. Do come in, Mrs.
My name is Miss Alice de Bouvier. I'm Mr. Holmes' new neighbor.
Oh, I didn't have the pleasure to... I am Dr. John Watson. Could we provide you with any assistance?
Oh, she is not the concern, Watson.
I'm... Then, what is this about?
That child standing sniffling behind her. Get rid of him, Watson.
But he is shivering with cold. And he is upset. What happened to him?
Little Tom knocked at the wrong door.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Oh, boy, come in. Warm yourself by the fire. Can I offer you a cup of tea, Mr. Bouvier?
Well,
It is not as though we are disturbing you-know-who, are we?
I suppose not.
Since you are our new neighbor, it is perhaps better that you know what he's like.
You're starting to worry me.
Well, Mr. Holmes is relapsing. This illness that he has seizes him when he finds himself with nothing to do. He becomes completely asocial. And alas, this is a very difficult, medically incurable case. Now this must stay between us.
Of course, I understand. How very sad.
But there is a cure, if only a temporary one. A thrilling inquiry. Most certainly. If he refuses this one, then his condition will worsen.
Oh, I am still here, you know. I didn't fall out of the window. Very well, then.
Thank you, miss.
Before we continue, you see what I mean? You see why I was freaking out? There's a slight difference between Crimes and Punishment Sherlock and Devil's Daughter Sherlock. But Watson is a completely different person. Obviously, with a completely different new voice actor. But who the heck is he? This takes place chronologically after Crimes and Punishment. And yes, this Watson looks different. I'm just gonna continue playing this game. Otherwise, I will have an aneurysm. Also, the difference between this sequence where you're trying to analyze the characters and build a profile on them is a lot different. You actually have to pick and choose what type. If in that one option, you actually have to pick and choose between two different options. Like, see? And if you get it wrong, well, it messes up your entire profile of the person. See how it just immediately just sticks to one thing? That's in Crimes and Punishment, but this one is different. Tom is 8 years old. His clothes are well worn and have multiple patches neatly applied. Tom's parents are concerned for his well-being. His pale skin indicates that he is suffering from malnutrition. He looks sad and has red eyes. He has been weeping very recently. Tom's malformation could have been caused by his mother's poor nutrition during pregnancy. Okay. Like, it's completely new. And what's cool about this is that you can actually view all the dialogue that occurs after each scene in every single case.
Now tell me, boy, what brings you here?
It's my father, sir. He's missing. I don't know what to do.
What's his name?
George Hurst, sir.
Missing, eh? And what do the police say?
The police, they don't believe me. They say he's just abandoned me. But that's a lie.
Obviously. Your clothes are well mended and you can read. Your parents may be poor, but you are loved.
Yeah, well, it's just the two of us now. My mother died when I was a little one.
And that's just one more reason for not leaving you. Your father doesn't seem the irresponsible type. He's very good to you.
Well, that's right. But he has no fixed work, so he often takes odd jobs for the day, because that's all he can find. Only this time, he didn't come home.
And when was the last time you saw him?
3 weeks ago. He left for a new job, but this time, he was acting a bit strange and angry.
Strange? In what way?
He said to me, "Son, I'm out on a special job. Don't you dare move from here." I think something went wrong.
3 weeks? That's a long time.
Well, every day I thought he would show up. And anyway, I can look after myself.
What were you thinking? You and your father are both at risk. You should have come to me much earlier.
I was afraid. I ain't got no family, and I've got no other place to go. If our landlord finds out that Father left me, he'll throw me out on the street.
Tom, you've been very resourceful. We shall be discreet.
If only my mother was still here.
Very well. Your address, please, Tom.
12 Dorset Street, the first floor, door E. It's in Whitechapel, sir. But I ain't got no money to pay.
Who asked for money, Tom? Your case seems to be the very medicine I need. I'll meet you there shortly.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You know, probably just a slight bit younger, maybe. A little more round in the face, less chiseled. And then wants a whole completely different person entirely. Here,
Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire.
get to make him as a basset hound. Why you-
Poor child. Holmes, you should help him.
Who are you? I'm sorry. I prefer. So the voice acting for Crimes and Punishment, I completely enjoy. For Devil's Daughter, I think the only thing I like about this is that the design on some things are really good.
My analysis table. It's useful for my work.
But yeah, this is by far my favorite outfit. Stalling. No, I'm gonna keep stalling. Because you can actually go out. This is another favorite of mine. Because we can actually go out and explore a bit of Baker Street. See how cool it is? How much I love this game. Now, some of these you can't go inside on quite specific height, but what I really enjoy about it is that you can go outside. Right? That's probably kind of good. This is an asylum or a sanatorium. At least she keeps herself busy. I completely forgot about her.
Dancing elephant. Strange, but it somehow makes me think of Mycroft. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, they suck. They absolutely suck. Toss started doing that. But isn't this a lot more enjoyable than kind of satisfying?
London street food. There are less painful ways to die.
Don't kick it until you try it.
Dysentery. Watson was kind enough to give me an incredibly tedious lecture on the subject. Watson's favourite tea cakes.
the water's over here. You can actually walk this out in there as long as you go the correct direction.
Scotland Yard. I hope I won't need them. I've already exceeded my imbecile quota for the day.
Now, don't get me wrong. As much as I do enjoy the Crimes and Punishment Watson, you can't deny that The Devil's Daughter Watson was truly a classic.
These streets are too narrow for the cab. I'll have to walk. North Street. I don't feel thirsty right now.
I don't open the door to strangers.
There's nobody at home. Dorset Street. Dorset Street.
You are going to fall. Definitely invisible. Okay, what's the first floor?
"'Tis our home, Mr. Holmes."
So that's why you came to see me. Tom probably reads at night. A collection of worn-out and second-hand books. George Hurst was providing his son with the best education that he could afford.
Father bought all those books for me. He didn't tell me, but I know that he pawned his coat for them.
Food's running low. It's already 3 weeks since George Hurst's disappearance. Well, I can see the preparations for peasant soup, a clever concoction for somebody with apparently no culinary skills. Hurst covered his bills ahead of time, thus providing Tom with security and sustenance.
My mother, sir, she died when I was very young. My father told me what she was like, but that's all I have.
I'm sorry, Tom. My mother left me when I was very young, too.
The roof leaks all the time. Father used to fix it.
Old clothes, soiled and worn. It's too dark. I can't see anything. The old Tabard pub, North Street. Glue. Probably taken from a wall.
Please, sir, find my father.
George Hurst's work was varied. He was evidently a hard-working and valuable hand. Just some old things. A leather satchel, what's in it?
Hello there, George. I know that it's difficult for you to find a job, and you need to feed and clothe your son, so I attached to this letter a public slip. I heard that there is a fellow there who's offering a special job. Maybe it will help you. I hope so. Good luck. Find out more information about the special job at the Old Topic Club. Ah, his head will make the direction.
Good day, Mr. Holmes.
Well, if it isn't young Wiggins. And I see you found yourself a job.
If you can call it that. I hate it. But if you've got any proper work for me...
I just might be in need of your assistance later. Wait here.
I think Wiggins would act it's still the same. I think there is just a bit of it that's down to the I think the voice actor still would be the same. Obviously, the way she looks is different, but the fight
I need to earwig to find out who is offering this special job. There's no one to eavesdrop on from here. There's no one to eavesdrop on from here.
Equality for the working class.
I'm glad I'm my own boss. I can complain only to myself. Or to Watson.
mostly to Watson.
The man who's offering that special job has a proper set of mutton chop whiskers. No gods, no masters.
There's no one to eavesdrop on from here. There's no one to eavesdrop on from here.
The child labour law sent your kids to school instead of the coal mine. The child labour law sent your kids to school instead of the coal mine.
There's no one to eavesdrop on from here.
Somebody's sounding faulty about it. Please shut up. Please listen to me.
Dump the bosses off your backs. Bosses beware. When we're screwed, we multiply.
Oh.
No. That fellow who's offering the special jobs, he never drinks alcohol.
So, the man I'm looking for has whiskers and never drinks alcohol. This must be the man that I'm looking for. Interesting. Missing person. I should find out more.
At the start of October, Mr. John Strawberry was missing from Dorset Street on mysterious circumstances. If you have any information, please contact Mrs. Strawberry at 5 Dorset Street. Thank you again for any information.
The child labour law sent your kids to school instead of...
You see that gentleman? I need you to follow him and report back to me.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
Whitechapel never changes. Dirt and beggars everywhere.
I couldn't pay my rent last week.
Pumpkin, cabbage, cheap.
They won't let me pass. I'll need to find another way.
Rich folk feed meat to their dogs. I can't even remember what...
Living costs are too much these days. My son has to work down the sewers. He's only 7.
It's not easy.
stop crying and get to work. What are you waiting for?
Boys from the Bruisers gang. Better keep out of their way.
Take a brush and get in there.
This is hard.
I'll be able to continue the chase if I climb up the chimney, but it's dangerous.
Yeah, it is. It's very hard to do.
Stupid kid.
Please, you don't have to beat him. I'll do it. I'll clean the chimney.
Go on then.
Where did that go? This is why I hate it. Come on, just get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Before you die. Get out. Get out. Get out. The first time I did this, I kept dying. It was super annoying.
He's still here. That's a relief.
Very confused. Just have to do that without skipping.
Where did he come from?
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor early in the morning?
Oi, what are you doing in my garden?
Hey, his name?
Look at that crawling rat.
I know that boy. He's Shoeshine Jim from Chamber Street. He's mute because his drunk stepfather beat him. Hey, Jim. Can you lend me your kit? I'm on a secret mission for Mr. Holmes.
Hurry up. Did you fall asleep?
This could be... What are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm still learning. He's talking with a cat. Damn. I need to find another way.
Alas, the weather's good. Last week was freezing.
I'm praying it doesn't get cold again. I've no money for coal.
I can't lose him now.
Yeah, they definitely did not hear that at all.
Interesting. What's going on in the yard? Ah, a coat of arms. It might help Mr. Holmes. I'll make a drawing of it. Wow, a lot of expensive stuff. It's too dangerous to enter. I can't see what's inside. I can't see what's inside. It's too dangerous to enter. Do only 2 people live here? I wish one was me. Bags of food. I like this house. Time to report to Mr. Holmes. Let's get outside before I get caught.
Wiggins' tale was quite unusual. What do you make of what he found, Holmes?
Wiggins did a good job.
chapel with provision, warm clothes, etc. Lord Marsh is also renowned as the co-founder of the Special Education Program, which allows poor people the opportunity of an education. Lord Marsh resides at 3 Mainsbury Road, London. For some reason I was trying to say Mersbury.
Here it is.
Ooh, dear.
So this man could be Lord Marsh. Huh. A lord who hangs around in a public house. Let's pay a visit to Lord Marsh. We'll pretend that we're interested in his charitable activities.
Mr. Holmes, you have a visitor.
Oh, just ask him to wait.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. This young lady refuses to wait for anything.
What?
Father!
Caitlin!
Miss Caitlin's boarding school was flooded. Everyone was sent home.
As if it could smell any mustier.
My word, how is it possible that you have grown up so fast?
You'll be staying. Wherever will we put you?
Holmes, I'll give her my room, of course.
What do you have to say, Kate?
You're on a new case. A respectable lady who's being blackmailed? Or is it a love story between a prince and a suffragist?
However did you guess?
You will tell me, won't you, Father?
But you'll make Watson jealous.
All right, then. Have fun. I'll go and unpack. Will you help me, Mrs. Hudson?
I don't like her. I really don't. Then again, for some reason, I always make children extra annoying in games. Like, I can only count like a small handful of times where the children aren't annoying.
Holmes, about Caitlin.
Yes?
She has grown up, hasn't she? Don't you think it's time to tell her?
To tell her what, Watson?
Well, about her father.
Never. Absolutely never. Do you hear me?
Holmes, you were responsible for the death of her father. You owe her the truth. She is old enough now.
I would lose her. Can't you see that? She must never know, Watson. Is that clear?
Holmes.
It won't and can't happen.
Come in, please.
Good day, gentlemen. Welcome to my home. How may I help you?
Good day to you, Lord Marsh. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Reuben Fisher is a young man of 25 and already a confident physician. He is well educated, mannered, and a member of a hunting club. His clothes indicate that he is financially wealthy. Reuben Fisher is not only a physician, he is also Lord Marsh's personal assistant. Lord Marsh is a wealthy man who holds a high position in society, indicated by his expensive clothes and valuable gold ring. He has dedicated his life to helping the poor. He is ill, therefore he is covered with a blanket, despite the fact that it is quite warm inside his room.
I hope we're not disturbing you. You are with your physician?
Yes, this is Dr. Reuben Fisher. But no, please, I'm intrigued by your visit, Mr. Holmes.
I'm glad to hear it. The last thing I'd wish is to upset the patient. Lord Marsh, can I just say that I admire all of your efforts in assisting the poor of London?
Yes. It is a war that we must fight, on our streets and now, too, from my home. You must surely have noticed those bags full of items, clothing and books for the unfortunate.
That is inspirational. At my own humble level, I too try my best to support those in need. I thought perhaps that I could be of some assistance.
I don't see why not. I already have the valuable assistance of Dr. Fisher, who happens to be my personal physician.
It's curious. Your face seems familiar to me, Doctor. Oddly, I'm associating it with Whitechapel?
Well done. You are right. I do occasionally frequent a few hostelries over there, would you believe it? Not that I am a drinker. But there, dressed as a working man, I can approach the other fellows to see if they might be interested in a special job.
A special job? May I ask what you're referring to?
Certainly. Since Lord Marsh began his special education program in 1889, he foresaw that such people would need an occupation of some kind. And so, with or without education, we propose these opportunities to work with Lord Marsh. It offers the less fortunate a chance to help make London a better place.
That's remarkable.
Yes, indeed. In order to truly see, one requires vision, yes, but also insight, and Lord Marsh has believed this since he was a child.
Oh, Dr. Fisher makes it all sound so romantic. Let's close this topic.
Forgive me, Lord Marsh. You're looking very pale. Might I offer Dr. Watson's assistance?
That is kind of you, but I feel confident that I can provide Lord Marsh with the care that he requires.
How long have you been like this, my lord?
I'm fine, Dr. Watson. Don't fuss. It's only influenza. I'll be better in a few days. I can feel it already.
In that case, why are you taking such powerful painkillers?
Excuse me, what do you mean?
Mr. Holmes is referring to the pills on your table.
I'm sorry, but that's a medical confidentiality. Lord Marsh believes that he can help all these poor people.
Lord Marsh even helps hospitals. A provision dealing with the paupers of Whitechapel. Last year, 3 orphans were put through medical college. Thanks to Lord Marsh and the special education program, a great many poor people will have a second chance in life. Lord Marsh, hunting with his friends.
Ah, my dear comrades, Lord Collins and Lord Harrington. If it wasn't for this godforsaken English malady, I'd be with those rapscallions right now.
All in due time, my lord.
Dear Lord Marsh, here is the list of selected participants for the special education program in October. It looks to be a very promising event. I'm looking forward to it. Patrick Taylor, Thomas Kelly, John Strawbridge, William Thatcher, Reginald Staple.
John Strobridge. I've seen this name before. It was on a missing persons poster. can't quite work it out. Do you have any idea as to the number of people who might owe you their lives?
Oh, don't embarrass me, Mr. Holmes. But indeed, these people have become like a family to me.
That would be a fairly large family, I imagine.
Yes, the list would be longer than any of your short stories. As for how large, well, Fisher is the one who keeps record.
Might we take a glance at the list?
I regret that is impossible. It is confidential. I stand firm upon that point, Mr. Holmes.
I quite understand. We'll most certainly send a donation towards your educational program. I shall take my leave then. I thank you both, and I wish you all the very best, gentlemen.
Likewise, Mr. Holmes.
I've never seen so many provisions for the poor, and certainly not in a lord's house. It appears that Lord Marsh spent a great deal of his money on aiding the poor. Locked. Aid for the paupers of Lambeth Workhouse. Humanitarian aid for an orphanage. It's extremely honourable to devote one's whole life to assisting the poor. Bags full of food.
One thing for sure, he's not going upstairs anytime soon.
It's closed. It's closed.
I'm intrigued by the special education program.
Locked.
Okay, that's yours.
Mr. Holmes, do you have any news about my father?
Tom, not so fast. I wanted to ask you if you remember your father mentioning anything about a special education program.
An education program? No, he only talked about a special job.
What's this box, Tom?
Oh, yeah. I just found it, Mr. Holmes. It was ever so well hidden. I've no idea why.
Well done, my boy. It could prove very helpful. This oil can also be used on weapons. Wolfjack. Looks like a military badge. A ramrod to clean a rifle. Tom, does your father own a rifle?
A rifle? No. If he had, he would have shown it me.
I'm sure that he wouldn't have shown it you. I need to find this rifle.
This scrap of cloth was used to oil a firearm. Tom, does your father have any other property?
No. Well, at least I don't think so.
I have to take Toby. He'll take a sniff of the oil, and we'll find that rifle. This scrap of cloth was used to oil a firearm. Tom, does your father have any other property?
No. Well, at least I don't think so.
I have to take Toby. He'll take a sniff of the oil, and we'll find that rifle. Here it is. Come on, Toby. It's time for you to earn your keep. Watson?
I prefer to visit Lord Marsh. I'm worried about the condition of his health.
High society drama. It has reported that on Sunday night, London's Lord and Lady James A. could execute unclean while on Exeter Street. After 86 times for driving outside, Lord James A. was new outside the title. He not only did that, but then held a tent and drove 60 miles before realizing that he had left his life stranded at Alice. What happened next is unfortunately behind their journey pages goes forward.
Search, Toby, search. It's only a garden shed. Let's go on. What's in there? Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire. Nothing that could interest me. People use this cellar for storage. Pile of rubbish. Just some old things. It's not here. Old things. Ordinary storage. Just rubbish. Tom's photograph. Let's try to get inside. A map of Epping Forest. News clippings on Lords in the education programme. Why are they here?
Lord Marsh, in association with his friends Lord Harrington and Lord Collins, is the co-founder of the Special Education Program. In assisting the poor to build better lives and more certain futures, these three gentlemen surely help lift the level of our circling society. Dear Tom, if you're reading this letter, then it means that I'm dead. I'm so sorry that things had to end up this way, but I had no other choice. You have to know that. You are a very smart boy, and I'm so proud of you. I hope one day you'll understand and you'll forgive me. Son, I love you so much. Don't despair. Try to be happy, for you'll grow up to be a man one day, someday. I don't know why I said one day, someday. And sooner than you think. You won't be alone. Me and your ma'am, will be looking over you from heaven. Your loving father. I don't know why I have trouble reading out loud.
Let's compare this list with the evidence that we found earlier. This is the list of selected participants for October's special education programme. According to this poster, John Strobridge is missing. Let's compare them with people from Hearst documents.
It literally sounds like he's saying strawberry, but it shows Strawbridge. La.
This man appears in both documents. All the people in Marsh's document are marked and dated in George Hurst's files. This case must have been full of cartridges.
I love how you can hear the lamp going off. Or the fire from the lamp flickering. Dear George, I do understand you, and it's so sad. Same with you, I can't find a job. Not even the smallest thing. My children have nothing to eat. When I try to find anything, the bosses just say that they don't want wounded people working for them. Our military service means nothing. Our country used us in war, but now it has abandoned us. Nobody cares. Your friend Jack. By Her Royal Majesty Queen Victoria of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, I, Frederick Russell Burnham, Major of the British Army, declare the country extends its gratitude to George Hurst, an honorable soldier of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, for his valiant military service. The British Army hereby awards him the Distinguished Conduct Medal and retires him due to the injuries sustained while in duty. Major Frederick Russell Burnham.
There was something on the stand. There was a rifle here. George Hurst took it with him.
George Hurst knew that he stood no chance of returning from his special job, therefore he wrote a farewell letter to Tom. George Hurst wrote a farewell letter, but he didn't give it to Tom. There's a chance that he's still alive. George Hurst was interested in a special education program, but nothing more. George Hurst collected information about the paupers and the lords involved in the special education program. George Hurst was only interested in the special education program, and his disappearance isn't connected with Lord Marsh's program. George Hurst had belonged to the Lovat Scout Marksman Unit. George Hurst's special job is undoubtedly associated with violence if he took his rifle with him. Sneak into Lord Marsh's house and uncover additional information about the special education program. You need to wait here. All from the exit.
Brave Toby, best nose in the British Empire.
I know it's gonna get hot. I have to turn my fans off because they're pretty loud. Especially my new one. It's really loud. Okay.
Holmes, what are you doing here? What are you planning?
A mission of my own. You must play the role of the conscientious doctor while I sneak inside Marsh's house. That's the only way of helping little Tom.
Yeah, I don't think I can ever forget them for switching Watson with a completely different Watson. It would make sense. It would have made sense if it was the other way around. If Devil's Daughter came before Crimes and Punishment, but that's not the case. That's not the case. Nope, 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 nope.
The window is firmly shut. The window is firmly shut.
Yes, I'm going to continue to talk about Watson not being Watson. And I'm peeved about it.
How can I help you?
I came to visit Lord Marsh.
What for?
I would very much like to see Lord Marsh, if you please.
Dang. Hold on, stepping in louder. That table was not there earlier.
You're so clumsy. Can you please not...
I have to visit Lord Marsh and offer him my services.
Fisher, please allow Dr. Watson to enter.
Good job, Watson.
Good boy, Watson.
I can hide here. Lord Marsh is a keen hunter.
To this day, and by my estimation, the special education program has saved over 200 individuals from the gutter and elevated them to help form and support the critical foundations of our prosperous empire. This is largely thanks to the wisdom and foresight of Lord Marsh, who is a most progressive and wise politician. He has carried out a great deal of work in this field, whilst ignoring the critics and any hindrance from his arrogant colleagues who are so set in their ways. Dear Lord Marsh, thanks to the special education program, my life has been changed completely. I didn't know how to thank you, so I picked you this flower. Thank you. It's so sweet. Dear Lord Collins, it is clear to me that we can learn a great many things about Renly Empire from those whom we trample underfoot. These same people whom we leave destitute and starving in the shadows of our own city, at home or abroad. Lord Marsh. I don't know why it's awkward to read. All these things are awkward to read. Like, this entire game is just completely awkward for me to read in general. I hate it. Oh. Ooh, fingerprints.
Let's see how hard to crack this safe is.
Doctor, it appears that you were impatient to pay me another visit.
Indeed. Will you allow me to examine you? A second opinion, so that the great Lord Marsh does not become the late Lord Marsh.
Well, since you put it that way, very well.
Shall I retire to your office, Lord Marsh?
No, please, Doctor. I insist that you stay. I shall need your assistance.
Will you break anything else?
I'll try my best.
Hi.
Mr. Holmes? What are you doing here?
I really try to hide behind there, but the stupid.
Will you break anything else?
I'll try my best.
I mean, honestly, how can you not see him? You have to be really that unattentive for a doctor to not notice when someone's peeping behind a corner of the room that's barely hidden. Okay. Oops. Not meant to do that. I so admire all these paupers. They seem to me such a breath of fresh air. Communicating with them is such a pleasure. and they are so smart, not like us. Perhaps it is they who should have been lords, and we, the simple commoners. Lord Harrington. Why was he talking like this or writing like this? It's very annoying. So such, not like us. I don't know if that was a message or what, but I really hate the way this is written.
November 7th. This means that the meeting is planned for today.
Dear Lord Marsh, on November 7th, our meeting starts at Grunston Oak. I have attached a map to this letter so that you may find the place easily. Lord Collins. Okay. Lord Marsh and his friends are skillful and experienced hunters. Let me look up something real quick. I'm gonna explain. If it's not already obvious, I'll explain later.
I have to finish my search of the office.
Oh, do I? Why? Oh, that's fine, yeah. Search.
I'd suggest that your current weakness is perhaps more than a simple case of influenza, Lord Marsh.
Where might your companion be, Dr. Watson?
Oh, he's busy poking his nose into other people's business, I'm sure.
I don't see how he didn't see that.
My lord, I'm
How did he
sorry
not
to interrupt,
see someone?
but I must remind you about your meeting.
Is it already time? My apologies, Dr. Watson, but we are expected elsewhere. Might we offer you a lift?
You are going out? I'm not sure that's wise in your condition.
I value your opinion, but misery never rests, and I am needed.
Well, do please take good care of yourself, Lord Marsh. I'll send you my diagnosis, Dr. Fisher.
Thank you, Dr. Watson. Farewell.
Watson, what are you doing at my table?
I just need to check one thing about Lord Marsh. My intuition tells me that Lord Marsh is hiding something about his disease. His cough, in addition to his fever and his usage of strong painkillers, leads me to believe that he is seriously ill. Let's study it more closely. Sputum with tiny drops of blood. I could take a sample and examine it under the microscope. Let us apply chemicals to color the sample. I need a pipette. I need a pipette. I need a pipette. This chemical should be applied second. This chemical should be applied third. Now, let's examine the colored sample under the microscope.
If my chemistry class taught me anything, yeah, exactly.
A mycobacterium. It appears that Lord Marsh is seriously ill. Holmes, this is no longer a laughing matter. It is just as I feared. Lord Marsh is suffering from tuberculosis.
You don't say.
Yes, I do say. And Holmes, he will die if he is not transferred to a sanatorium as soon as possible.
And yet both Lord Marsh and Dr. Fisher are doing their best to hide this fact. How interesting.
But why?
Why indeed, Watson?
Oh, dear God. You don't think that Lord Marsh contracted tuberculosis while aiding the poor? How terrible. I have a commitment that I can't possibly cancel. Holmes, during my absence, please be extremely careful. This disease is highly contagious. And remember that we have women at home.
Was Miss Hudson not considered a part of those women?
Thank you, Miss Alice. Until later.
I'll see you soon, Caitlin.
Where have you been?
Our neighbour lent me a book. She is so kind. I think she likes you.
I doubt that.
How is your investigation going?
It's going. Dracula?
Yes, it's forbidden reading at my boarding school. Did you know?
Well, well.
It is thrilling.
Guernston oak is a strange and mysterious tree that grows in Epping Forest. The origin of its name is unconfirmed, although there are many legends and fables connected with it. Some people say that over centuries, witches performed their ceremonies near this tree, and these rites have assured that whoever may touch the trunk of Guernston oak will be cursed for all time.
Here it is. Cranston's Oak is in Epping Forest. That's the place indicated on George Hurst's map. Let's try to find the place from the hand-drawn map. Here it is. Drat. I'll need to hurry if I want to find out what's going on at the forest.
Father, that boy Wiggins, does he come here very often?
He helps occasionally in some of my cases. Why do you ask?
I'd like to talk to him.
Talk to him?
Father, back at school there are only girls to talk to, and they are so boring. I'm sure Wiggins has lots of exciting stories to tell about his life in London. It would be so romantic.
Oh, Kate, I know what you're like. You'll terrify him. He won't dare to come back here again.
Is that what you think? I love it.
Oh, Kate.
I'll leave you alone now.
George Hurst knew about the meeting between Lord Marsh and his companions that took place in Epping Forest. Lord Marsh and his companions entered the forest as indicated on George Hurst's map to hold a meeting. figure out what's going on, I'll tell you.
Let's see how long you can stay alive!
That's right. Ah! I completely forgot about that. Ooh, I completely forgot about that.
Here you are! Run, little rabbit! Run!
I really cannot outrun this one.
I saw something move. I'll help you.
Another reason why I hate this portion of the game is exciting, but very annoying. Come on. Go.
You scampering little rat!
Ooh, this close. Come on. Block by tree. Nope. Finally get it. Basically, what this case is about.
Where is he?
You can compare it to
He was poor.
Dangerous Game, which is a book.
This man was killed recently. The body is still warm.
But
Find him, boys!
basically
Find
is
him!
that, they are using humans as weapons, or for sport. They're hunting humans for sport.
You scampering little rat!
Go. 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 Woo! And right into your hair.
Hungry today! to call this the Swamp of Despair!
Oh, okay, that's right.
Here you are! You scampering little rat!
I'll have to be careful when I fall. I'll have to touch it all over. Go straight.
Don't worry, no one's going to find your body. You scampering little rat! You don't stand a chance! I'm following your tracks! You won't get far!
He was killed by a shot to the forehead. My God, it's Lord Harrington's body. My health is deteriorating. I need to dress my wound.
Yeah, well, you're currently being chased by a crazy psychopath that's trying to kill you. Who's literally using you for food. Yeah, who's literally using you for sport.
I can hide here. The Quartermain Club. This must be Lord Marsh's cabin. This will help to dress my wound. Someone's coming, I better hide.
Breathe, Lord Marsh. It's almost over.
Who are you?
George Hurst from the 1st Lovett Scouts, here to deliver justice.
An old soldier. How ironic. Did we refuse you on our special education program?
It's true, I was refused. An old wounded soldier is useless to you, but he can still be dangerous.
We hunted a lot in these woods, but I didn't expect to become the prey. I have lived a grand life without any limits set by others. I will die a happy man, so you won't see me begging you, festering wretch.
Prepare to meet your maker.
Wait, I can't. Oh, I can do this. Oh, wait. Mr. Hurst is a psychopath. George Hurst is a psychopath who hunts down the paupers and lords involved in the special education program. Send Hurst to the asylum. He is a psychopath and a dangerous criminal who will bend his son Tom to help to hunt down the sponsors and participants of the special education program. He needs to be put away for life. Send George Hurst to a sanatorium for appropriate treatment. He cannot be held responsible for his crimes and he is of unsound mind. It is hoped that Hurst may yet be cured, as his son Tom needs his father.
George, lower your rifle, please, for Tom's sake.
Holmes! My, an almost worthy opponent.
Tom? My Tom? If you've endangered my lad in any way, you will pay dearly.
I assure you that Tom is safe in London with a well-trusted friend. And now it's time to end this.
By all means.
George Hurst, your bloodlust ends today. You should have been apprehended weeks ago, before you killed Strobridge out of jealousy. Drop your gun. You may have wounded me, but I won't miss you.
If I ever had you in my aim, I wouldn't have merely wounded you.
Oh, the best detective in England.
Detective, take a look here.
This is how you became sick, Lord Marsh. The beheading of your victims who were suffering from tuberculosis was what infected you. Poetic justice. I was wrong.
The best detective in England.
Enough! You'll die here, Lord Marsh, and you'll die slowly.
I understand your view, Mr. Hurst. I really do, but I couldn't allow you to continue. George, lower your rifle, please, for Tom's sake.
Holmes! My, an almost worthy opponent.
Tom? My Tom? If you've endangered my lad in any way, you will pay dearly.
I assure you that Tom is safe in London with a well-trusted friend. And now it's time to end this.
By all means.
George Hurst, you have killed enough people. Your insanity ends today. Drop your gun. You may have wounded me, but I won't miss you.
If I ever had you in my aim, I wouldn't have merely wounded you.
Oh, the best detective in England.
Detective, take a look here.
This is how you became sick, Lord Marsh. The beheading of your victims who were suffering from tuberculosis was what infected you. Poetic justice. I was wrong.
The best detective in England.
Enough! You'll die here, Lord Marsh, and you'll die slowly.
I understand your view, Mr. Hurst. I really do, but I couldn't allow you to continue.
Somebody hunts the paupers and the lords involved in the special education program. George Hurst hunts down paupers and lords in the forest. Lord Marsh and his men hunt down paupers in the forest. George Hurst intends to kill Lord Marsh, the scapegoat for Hurst's own failure. George Hurst is going to take the law into his own hands concerning Lord Marsh. Marsh hunts down people. I can do this. Lord Marsh and his companions hunt down people from the special education program. George Hurst only wishes to avenge the victims. Lord Marsh is a cold-blooded killer who, under the guise of charity, hunt down poor people. I don't know why that hurt. I don't know, it's hard to read. Put Lord Marsh in jail, where he will eventually die from his tuberculosis. Lord Marsh has no likelihood of recovering from his illness. Allow him to die peacefully at home while ruminating on his crimes.
George, lower your rifle, please, for Tom's sake.
Holmes! My, an almost worthy opponent.
Tom? My Tom? If you've endangered my lad in any way, you will pay dearly.
I assure you that Tom is safe in London with a well-trusted friend. And now it's time to end this.
By all means.
George, listen to me. If you're seeking an apt punishment and vengeance, killing Marsh will give him exactly what he wants. He would die knowing that he had fulfilled his life through his absolute control of it. But if you allow Marsh to live and be arrested, he will suffer a punishment far greater than you or I could deliver. His ball and chain will be the debilitating tuberculosis. It will drag him painfully and slowly to his demise behind bars.
You're mad! You're both mad!
Let's go and find Tom.
Not just yet. See, Lord Marsh, you will die here, although not by the gun. You'll die slowly.
Don't do this, George.
Detective, take a look here.
This is how you became sick, Lord Marsh. The beheading of your victims who were suffering from tuberculosis was what infected you. Poetic justice.
Holmes, you cannot fully understand why we helped so many and sacrificed a few. But don't let me die like this. Just kill me now.
I understand your view, Mr. Hurst. I really do, but I couldn't allow you to continue. George, lower your rifle, please, for Tom's sake.
Holmes! My, an almost worthy opponent.
Tom? My Tom? If you've endangered my lad in any way, you will pay dearly.
I assure you that Tom is safe in London with a well-trusted friend. And now it's time to end this.
By all means.
George, listen to me. If you're seeking an apt punishment and vengeance, killing Marsh will give him exactly what he wants. He would die knowing that he had fulfilled his life through his absolute control of it. But if you allow Marsh to live, he will suffer a far greater punishment. For his ball and chain will be the debilitating tuberculosis. Look, it's already dragging him painfully and slowly to his death. Then his wealth can and will be used to support the families affected by the Quartermain Club's malevolence.
You're mad! You're both mad!
Let's go and find Tom.
Not just yet. See, Lord Marsh, you will die here, although not by the gun. You'll die slowly.
Don't do this, George.
Detective, take a look here.
This is how you became sick, Lord Marsh. The beheading of your victims who were suffering from tuberculosis was what infected you. Poetic justice.
Holmes, you cannot fully understand why we helped so many and sacrificed a few. But don't let me die like this. Just kill me now.
I kind of want to build myself a cabin.
Mr. Hurst, you've already served brutal justice to Lord Harrington and I hope Lord Collins and Dr. Fisher. Taking that into consideration, you may as well kill Lord Marsh and end the Quartermain Club completely. No loose ends.